one of the things that we were discussing is that, and maybe some of you guys know this, and maybe some of you don't. And Bon, welcome on. I saw you jump in. Gizmo, I saw you jump on here. Welcome in. One of the, you guys may know this, you may not, but when you see an article, for example, that's talking about the new Ford Lightning F-150, that electric pickup truck, and you're scrolling through Yahoo and you see it on there, and it says from Newsweek, and it's about the batteries or how long the battery lasts or whatever. Ford paid for that article to get out there. They paid someone to write it. They paid a news organization to publish it. They paid a lot of people to get it on a bunch of different sites. And that was pretty much the limit of the revenue case of DeFi News Agency by itself. And that's why there wasn't really a marketing revenue enough to be able to pay for a group of journalists to be able to provide quality content that's keyworded correctly and has the backlinks built correctly and has everything, formatted right, and being done by, a professional journalist, a real editor-in-chief. And it was limited. So the idea was, okay, we have to look for something more broad. And the way that a media organization works typically, especially with the LA Opinion that I put the link up there for, they have their home kind of home page, and then they link out into specialized pages from there. And the specialized pages are going to be where the monetization happens, where the real revenue can start generating. The entire idea behind DeFi News Agency as the landing site is that we already have on staff. I say we, they. I always speak in terms of we, just throwing that out there. DeFi News Agency already, and welcome in Joey, number 17. I see you guys jumping in. They already have on staff professional journalists pumping out quality content that has the keywords done correctly, that are on topic subjects. As you see the website right now, I mean, it's still relatively new, and the content on there is still relatively new. So it's got a good way to go, especially with videos and podcasts and things. But it's quality. Now we can take this website and we can advertise this across Google News and across Facebook at a low cost to get a great reach. And we can do that pretty much without question because it's a media organization. Into the future, some things that we'll be able to do with this is things like getting a press pass to different types of crypto conferences. And so we can have a little bit of behind the scenes action and write articles. Matter of fact, I'm going to be talking to some of the folks going to the Del Rey conference this weekend and see if we can get some kind of a special with them, and we can post some information about them up on the site. As the token grows, the project will be able to afford partnerships with companies like Bloomberg and the New York Times, who our editor-in-chief, Angel, that you just heard from, has already met with and already got pricing from. Stacy, I see you in. Prodigy, welcome in, bud. So those things, like for example, there will be a come a time in the future when you visit DeFiNewsAgency.com, or in phase 2, you download the app and you can see it on your phone. And you'll see a DeFi News Agency article, followed by a Bloomberg article, followed by a Wall Street Journal article, followed by a sponsored PR article about the official Mine token, as an example. And so that's one way of generating revenue, and that's one way of soft shilling that draws a professional looking attention to a page that's already having high traffic from the quality content and the ease of marketing a news organization rather than marketing a token. So that's one source of revenue. Now, what gets really exciting on this, this is what Angel was about to share, that I want to say. I want to cut you off because this was really kind of my idea. I want to take credit for it.
Go for it.
Okay. DeFi News Agency, entirely Angel's idea. Terrific. I absolutely love it. Quality content. It's going to work. The next thing that I'm going to share with you guys, people have been clamoring for, and it's going to be an easy sell. And when I tell you the type of revenue it can generate for the token, you're going to share this AMA, I promise you. So if you go to, here's the next website, nextcryptolaunches.com. Nextcryptolaunches.com. This is going to be the main revenue driver for DeFi News Agency, the token that's attached to it, and any projects that really fall under the DeFi News Agency umbrella in the future. This is still going to be the top revenue driver. Nextcryptolaunches.com. Probably the number one thing that I see people asking for is a comprehensive list of project launches that are coming up that they can take a look at. And we spend as a team all day on freaking Telegram, as you know. And there are a number of people in this room who I know for sure spend all day on Telegram because I see them while I'm spending all day on Telegram. And we're in calls channels, and we're in crypto groups, and we've got our 1,000 different groups that we've got going on. I can tell you that with the 23 people on here, I'm probably in 15 groups with at least half of you. So we've got the action all day long. With nextcryptolaunches.com, I hope you guys have visited the site. The landing page for the site is the calendar of the upcoming launches. And what you'll see on there right now is you'll see your site key at the top. You'll be able to see if the project is an NFT, if it's built on Ethereum, Bitcoin, Binance, BSC, XRP. We are no longer limited to Ethereum tokens to be able to generate revenue. We can now go into the NFT project space to generate revenue, and we're no longer limited to MCU certified safe. Thank you, Rob. We're really appreciating that. If you go to that homepage right now, what you'll see is you'll see 3 tokens listed. Sunday, April 3rd, Skeletama is doing a relaunch with Defiant Platform. So you see them listed on there. Then Monday, April 4th, Fashionauts is set to launch. Followed by the DNA marketing token, our merge, is set to go on Saturday, April the 9th. As the project moves forward, and today I'm going to be announcing something that's really exciting, especially for those of you that are on or listening to the AMA. As the project moves forward, every listing that you see on here will have generated $800 for the token and $200 for the salesperson. So a future Skeletama that's going to get launched, if you click on Skeletama, by the way, you'll see that they'll have their own landing page. So what Skeletama is paying for is they're paying to be in a comprehensive location with a bunch of other tokens that are getting launched. This information is shared across a Twitter, a Telegram, and an email subscription letter, B. So there's value there. But most importantly, what we're able to provide Skeletama is a single landing page with all of the DYOR links that's in a single location that's marked with the date that they're going to launch. So when they go to do all their marketing and all their advertising, they only need to put one link down in order to send everybody to all their DYOR. We allow space in here if you're a docs dev. So if you're a docs dev and you want to put a monkey mask on and call yourself Crypto Chad and call yourself doxed and put that on a link, then people who are going to invest in your token are going to see that, and they're going to probably say that you're an idiot, right? But if it says docs dev and I get there and it says Jeremy Romer and it's got a link to my Facebook and it's got a link to my LinkedIn and it's got a picture of my real face, and a pre-investor sees that before my launch, they're going to be a little bit more excited about it. This is going to come out on a star system as well. So you're going to be able to get a maximum 5 stars, and you earn a half a star with each DYOR link that you provide. So you provide, with the exception of your website, because that's going to be obvious, but provide a link to your Telegram, your Facebook, your Discord, and you have a docs dev, that's going to give you 2 stars. That would be 4 things. And so people will be able to see a rating on there right away and give an incentive to be able to list more DYOR links. So I'm on the website right now, and I'm going to have to call our web developer. I don't know what just happened. It just went down. So that's weird. But moving forward, and I wish I could share the next part with you. The way that the commission system works on this is that the sales staff gets a 20% commission on the revenue that they bring.
Reload the page.
Yeah, I can get the homepage. I can get the homepage. When I click on Skeletama is when I'm having the problem.
I clicked on DNA and it popped up just fine.
Oh, did it? Good. Okay. Can you put a screenshot of that in the room, please?
Yes, sir.
So what I was saying was, as the salesperson who found the project and contacted the dev, if they took the basic package is $1,000. Now, if you've, and welcome in Jim, I see in here, Transport Jimmy, I see in here, Frenchie, welcome in, Gage, welcome in. Now, the basic package here is $1,000, and for a new project that's launching, to have this type of a service where you have all of your DYOR links in one place on something that's being shared on a regular basis and by many other projects, to spend $1,000 is nothing. But if you're Frenchie and you found that project, and Frenchie, I'm just saying it because you just put up a post in the room. If you're Frenchie and you found that project, you get $200 just for finding it. $800 goes into the token. $200 goes to the salesperson, and if we can find one project launch a day through our sales team, and I'm going to put up a link to the sales room, by the way, here in just a minute. We've created a whole sales room for people who want to be nextcryptolaunch.com salespeople. Welcome, Mendoza. If we can find one project launch a day, that would generate $240,000 of buybacks for the token over the course of 1 year, one a day. So what I'm going to do right now, and Rob, if you could put up a screenshot, that'd be really great. I'm going to now put up a link to the Next Crypto Launches sales room. And anybody who wants to join is welcome to join. Let me see. I may have to log into my alt in order to do that. Hang on. There we go. Copy link. And
Hey, Lee Dev, sorry to interrupt. Is this
You're
being
good.
recorded? Because
Yes, it
I'm
is.
kind of in the middle of something with my daughter. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. It's being recorded. You're fine.
All right, thank you, sir. You guys have a good day, by the way.
Thank you so much. No problem. Okay, so I clicked on. Thank you so much, Editor-in-Chief, for posting that, Angel. I'm not calling him an angel. His name is Angel. Just throwing that out there. So I clicked on the link for Fatstronauts. Fatstronauts is the little icon that I have. It's a project of a friend of ours. We're supporting him. So you can see here, there's information about Fatstronauts. This is an NFT project, so you can see they're going to call their NFT Fatties. If you click on the DNA marketing token one, there'll be question marks right there. And that's because we don't want anyone to know what the ticker is going to be for the token, because we don't want anyone to rip it off, frankly. The icons that you see to the right are
pretty cool. They launched a website.
Frenchie, I'm going to mute you, buddy. Can you mute? I have to mute you. The little icons over to the right that you see, those should be clickable icons. And so as I click on the one that looks like a website, it goes to the website for DeFi Astronauts. As I click on the one for Telegram, it opens the Telegram. So all of these DYOR links are right in a single place with a small description about the token. You can see the token score. That's going to be based on the DYOR links, and that's going to be made clear. You can export this to your Google Calendar, so you can have a reminder pop up on your Google Calendar of when the launch is going to be. Like, that's pretty incredible. And so again, this service would only cost a new token $1,000, and the Next Crypto Launches site goes out regularly through the Telegram channel for DeFi News Agency, through the Twitter channel for DeFi News Agency, and for the email subscription letter for DeFi News Agency. With that being said, I think I'm going to share the DeFi News Agency Telegram room in here now. Let's see here. Okay, cool. I shared that link. Okay, so the real revenue case is going to come from Next Crypto Launches. We have 3 total packages. If you're on the website and you go to Get Listed, you'll be able to see a bronze plan, a silver plan, and a gold plan. The bronze plan is the $1,000 plan. That's going to be the most basic one. If they upgrade to the silver plan, they're able to get their public relations article posted on nextcryptolaunches.com. The gold plan includes a podcast appearance. It includes a sponsored article on DeFi News Agency, and it includes a post-launch update article. And the gold plan goes for $2,500. So again, if you're in the sales team and you sell the gold plan to somebody, it's a $2,500 package. You get a 20% commission. 20% of $2,500, right? So that's $500. That's a good amount. And all you have to do is DM a dev and say, hey, check this out and visit this website, and you can have all your we'll teach you the whole thing in the sales room. All you got to do is join the sales room that I put up in here. We'll go through and teach you the entire presentation. You send them here, and they can either click on learn more and submit their information, or you can send them the Google form that we're ultimately going to send them anyways. So you can just send it to them and cut a step out, which should be fine. But ultimately, they fill out a Google form. They send their ETH over to a particular wallet that collects all the ETH, and then we're able to convert that Google form to a link here So you can see it in at a glance, day view, week view, month view. This website is also going to have additional content. So if you look under top stories, one of the people that's on the call right now authored these 3 articles. You see an article on there called What is the Sandbox Metaverse? What is the so-called Metaverse? And what are NFTs? And that was written by someone that's on the DNA staff that's actually in the call in this AMA right now. From this page, you can contact the DNA staff. You can get listed. You can follow the newsletter. There's all kinds of stuff that we can do to engage. The whole idea behind nextcryptolaunches.com is that we're reaching out to people who are always looking for the next launch and getting them to refresh that page every single day. At least once a day, we're getting a unique site visit from every person just because they're interested to see what new projects are coming out. And the goal is to have at least one new project getting listed every single day. So I hope that you guys are joining the sales room in there. I'm going to take a peek in just a minute and see if we've got any new people joining in. So that is really going to be just a top way to earn revenue. The additional piece of earning revenue on this is I don't know if you guys ever follow. I'm sure some of you have followed BuzzFeed, and they do those like top 10 of this or top 5 Father's Day gifts. I think right now you're probably seeing like top 7 Easter gifts for your kid for Easter Sunday. Well, if you want to be number 1 on the list of top 7, that is expensive. And if you want to be number 7 on the list of 7, that's also expensive. It's just less expensive. So if we decide to write an article, let's say we reach out to one of our salespeople and say, hey, man, you've done a good job. You've brought 5 new projects into a gold plan, a silver plan, or a bronze plan. So we're going to give you a special task, and we're going to say, Joey, I'm just picking a name off the list here. Joey, what we want you to do is we want you to write an article about the top 5 ETH reflection tokens. And it would be Joey's job to go to ETH reflection tokens and say, hey, guys, we're going to write an article called Top 5 ETH reflection tokens. And it's going to go on DeFiNewsAgency.com as an article, and it's going to go on NextCryptoLaunches.com, and it's going to go out in the newsletter. And if you want to be number 1 on the top 5, then it's going to cost, Joey, I'm just going to throw out a number. It's going to cost $2,500. If you're MCU certified safe, you get a 50% discount because that's the value of being MCU certified safe. And then if you want to be listed as number 2, it's $2,000. Number 3 would be $1,500. Number 4, $1,000, and number 5, $500. And Joey's getting a 20% commission on this. So it's really good for Joey. And what we need Joey to do is write up, and he can probably get it from them, a short description, 2 or 3 sentences about the project, all of the DYOR links, and why this is ranked number 1, why this is ranked number 2, why this is ranked number 3, 4, or 5. And if Joey was able to do that, and none of them were MCU certified safe, you would go 2,500, 2,000, let's call it 4,500, 6,000, $7,500. You would get a 20% commission on $7,500 for the article. The article would get shared all over the place regularly, and it would generate the other 80% for the token. So these buybacks are going to be going through a doxed buyback wallet. Any reflections earned by the buyback wallet will also get bought back into the token. This wallet that's going to be designated for these buybacks will not keep ETH that passes through it. It will get turned into token, and it will be as good as burned. So that actually brings me around to the tokenomics. And I'm just going to take a deep breath. And Angel, I'm going to let you just tell me if I missed anything, if you can tell us a little bit about Bloomberg and New York Times, your meetings with them, the fight group that you met with today. I'd love to hear about those 3 meetings while I take a breath.
Sounds good. Well, we met last week with the New York Times. We are talking with them to get at least 10 articles a month. At this point, we are just waiting on them to get back to us with the final numbers. Previous that one we got a Bloomberg proposal 2 weeks ago. We are deciding what to do with that one, but probably that's where we went to the reflections coming in to acquire all these kind of services. The Bloomberg one is quite expensive and they require a 2 years contract minimum. The New York Times instead is 1 year commitment with them. But as I said, we are still waiting on the pricing. Today I had a meeting with he was the commercial director of one Fight Lee, which is a small branch of the UFC, and they are kind of building this league for the last 4 years, and they are in a place where they are taking new sponsorships. And as told before, having DNA as a media organization allows us to go into different places and trying to make different partnerships with different people. And this kind of fight is something that we are looking into it because Fierce is one of the biggest sport growing right now. The growing in the ultimate fight contact leagues is getting crazy, and as well as a lot of young people, a lot of millennials, a lot of the people we need to catch their attention to get into the crypto space. So they are excited with the DNA. They look at the DNA website today. They like it that, and they are kind of interested in doing something with us. So we are in talks moving forward with them. I'm actually looking forward to meet with a couple of journalists, independent journalists, to kind of try to bring them on board with the team, right in front, whatever the place they are right now.
Awesome. Okay, thank you so much for that. And you're cutting a little bit in and out, so I am gonna go ahead and just recap a little bit of that. So he met with New York Times last week, and they won a 1-year subscription to be able to share 10 articles per month, and waiting to hear back on the cost for New York Times. He met with Bloomberg 2 weeks ago. Bloomberg can provide 30 cryptocurrency articles per month, and I think it was 3 cryptocurrency related videos per month. They wanted a 2-year contract that was going to be at a rate of $3,800 per month for 2 years. So these are things that you'll see in the roadmap for the token, is that we want the reflection that's generated, which is generated from marketing of DNA, is going to pay for things like Google News ads, Facebook ads, and partnerships with, content share partnerships with places like Bloomberg and New York Times and Wall Street Journal, and also local newspaper sources. Like near me, I have the Orange County Register, and those are a little bit less expensive, and those type of things will be on the list. So we'll be able to have, again, you'll be able to go to the site and you'll be able to see a DNA written article, and then a Bloomberg written article, and then another DNA written article, and then maybe a New York Times article, and then you'll see an article about the MCU pre-sale access token. And it's like a public relations article, and it'll say sponsored next to it, but definitely, and definitely there will say like not financial advice and all this, but to be able to have that type of exposure and to be able to reach a different set of people who have been coming here for news, and to be able to reach them in a way that's not shilling, all that is extremely valuable. Or you're reading through and there's an article called smart contracts and what they can do, and you read that article and it leads you to another article that talks about the ETH reflection feature of a smart contract. And you read that article, and then it suggests another article that says top 5 ETH reflection tokens. So each article is designed to lead to another article that's designed to lead to a soft shill. So if we can get you to read a 500-word article about something and it interests you, and we can get you to read a second 500-word article about the same subject, then the next thing that we recommend to you is going to be a soft shill. And all of those things are going to be paid for, and 80% of the revenue goes into the token. So again, if we just sold 1 bronze package a day, which is no PR article, nothing special, it's just a listing on the website, getting all of your DYOR links in one location, getting your shout outs and whatever, but mostly you're listed on a calendar and all your DYOR links are there. If we can sell 1 of those per day for a year, it'll generate $240,000 in buybacks for the token. So with that, I'm going to move on to the tokenomics. The tokenomics are going to be set up differently than it's currently set up on MCM. Now, when you get your airdrop, and if you own MCM, you're going to get an airdrop. You're going to get an airdrop equivalent to the dollar amount that you currently have stored. So when we pull the liquidity, we will know 1 ETH was worth this many tokens. And so when we go through to airdrop, we will still make sure that 1 ETH is worth the number of tokens that you receive in exchange for 1 ETH. So, it will not be the same number of tokens necessarily. Your percentage holding should actually go up. So if, for example, it was 1 ETH for 1%, when we move the liquidity over, it might be 1 ETH for 1.1%. You would receive 1.1%. You would still receive your 1 ETH. You will also begin to receive your reflections right away. And I don't believe that we're withdrawing anything from the reflections wallet. So you should still be able to withdraw your MCM reflections if you haven't yet. I mean, you can pull them out now, but you should be able to withdraw them if you haven't, even after the fork. You don't need to do anything to receive your fork. Right now, we have about 175 people who are holding 0.01% or more of the token. The fork should be relatively simple to do. We're aiming to do it next Friday. You can actually see it listed on nextcryptolaunches.com. I'm sorry, next Saturday, April the 9th. That's when we're aiming to do it. You won't need to do anything. There will be marketing around launch, so we should see some volume right away. Our CoinGecko, CoinMarketCap applications are ready to go right away, along with Claros and Etherscan. Etherscan is what updates DEX tools. So all those things are going to be ready to go right out of the gate. And we're looking to open the Salesforce right away. So we can actually start listing tokens on Next Crypto Launches right now. Again, if you're listening, please, I pinned it. Join our sales team at nextcryptolaunches.com. We'll teach you the entire thing, but all you basically have to do is follow a couple of calls channels on Telegram. And when you see a token is advertising a pre-sale or a launch, hit somebody up with the token and help them get set up with the Google form to enroll for the website. We'll teach you the entire process. It's going to be really simple. So again, airdrop will happen automatically. The airdrop should come Friday or Saturday, probably Saturday. We're going to do some marketing around the launch. It's not going to be 70 calls channels, but it'll be the calls channels that we know are working and a few other ways of marketing. The tokenomics will still have a 6% ETH reflection for holders. So that's not going to change. There will still be a 6% ETH reflection. Defiant is still going to do a 0.75% contract as a service tax. So that's not going to change. What's going to change is the marketing tax, which was previously set to 5%, is actually going to be lowered to 4%. So actually, it was previously set to 5.25. It's going to be lowered to 4% even. That marketing, those marketing dollars go toward marketing the DNA news site. So those reflections are what's paying for the Google News advertising, the Facebook advertising, the partnerships with New York Times and Bloomberg and those type of organizations. That's getting paid for by this 4%. The remaining 1.25% is going to go into the same buyback wallet that the revenues are going to come from. So 1.25% of all the volume buys and sells is going to get deposited into a doxed and designated buyback wallet. And those will be bought back right off of Uniswap. And they're going to be bought back manually. So we can have fun with it. We can do them whenever we want. We can do them of any size that we want. If some jerk goes through and sells off 3 ETH and we decide to come right back in behind him and buy 3 ETH because we've done 3 ETH of marketing and sales and we've got 3 ETH in the 1.25%, those added up, we can decide to do that. If we decide to join the Friday Night Vibes and drive some buybacks through in a nice buy wall for the next token through Friday Night Vibes, we can absolutely do that. So that token will be doxed. It'll be notified to the public. It'll start at 0. It will earn reflections, and the reflections that it earns will go toward buyback. So all of the ETH will go back directly in the token. That's going to be set to 1.25%, plus, again, 80% of the marketing revenue that drives into any of the DNA umbrella companies. So whether it's DeFi News Agency, Next Crypto Launches, there's a third one coming out in the future we're calling dexpedia.org, and there would be more branches to DNA coming down the line, each of which would drive revenue into the token. Here's next is how kind of the marketing goes for the token. And actually, here's what I'm going to do. I've been talking for like 45 minutes. I'm going to open it up to the 26 of you that are on right now. If you guys want to unmute and ask a question, please do. And then I'll get into how we market the token. All right, nobody. I must be doing a good job talking. So feel free to unmute yourself, interrupt me. It's okay. Not a big deal. Guys, I'm sure a lot of you know this, or if you don't, you're about to. Jeff Bezos personally owns the Washington Post. I don't know if you guys knew that. I was telling some friends that earlier, and they had no idea. They were shocked. It's not Amazon that owns it. It's the Jeff Bezos Washington Post. He personally owns the Washington Post. Now, he spent $250 million to buy the Washington Post. And you have to ask yourself, why would someone spend $250 million on anything? It's because they think they're going to make their money back. It's really, I mean, unless you're buying a yacht because you're, a Russian oligarch, pretty much the only reason you're going to spend $250 million on something, you think you're going to make your money back. And the way that they do that is when sales are generated and revenue is generated through Washington Post, only about 20% of that actually makes its way down to the writing staff and to the people who are actually contributing to the material that you see on the Washington Post. The other 80% of that is going to the executives. And it's really that it's the ugly side of how media works, but that's how these media guys get so freaking rich. In California, we have a castle that you can visit, Hearst Castle. And it was actually started by a media mogul in the early 1900s who had so much freaking money. He bought this tremendous oceanside estate. I believe it's Oceanside. It might be up in the mountains. Gladiator, you might know. Hearst Castle, you can go visit it. He was so rich that when he died, he could not sell it. He had to donate it to the state of California, which then had to turn it into some sort of museum. Like, that's how much freaking money these people make as executives in these media companies. And it's because about 80% of the sales and marketing revenue is going to the executives. So we've modeled our token exactly that way, except for we allow the holders to be the executives. So 20% of the marketing revenue is going to the writers and the staff, the people who sold the person to put the money in and who wrote the article. So like I said, one of the packages includes a PR article. It's the token writing the PR article. They're going to write it about themselves. That's the best way to do it. So 20% is going to the person who actually generated the revenue for the business. It's going directly to them now instead of going to a staff of them. And 80% is getting bought back into the token, essentially being split between all of the executives. And so if you own this token, you are treated as an executive. And that's going to be kind of the marketing pitch and the marketing plan. We're looking to have a ticker of how much buybacks that we're doing, but most importantly, we have that doxed wallet that's going to be specifically for doing buybacks. And one thing that holders of this token are really going to get used to seeing is a sale followed by a buy. And they're going to get used to seeing that buyback wallet number all the darn time. Most of them are going to be small buys. Welcome in, John. I see you in here. I'm thinking most of the buys probably be around a quarter of an ETH, maybe even around a tenth of an ETH. Chart boosting buys, stuff to get the green wall going back up. You're not going to see anything people can front run, but you should see regular and consistent buys. And who would want to sell a token? You're going to sell off your half ETH and get your investment back, and as soon as you sell off the half ETH, the buyback wallet's going to throw in a quarter ETH. Who would sell that token? Right? Dumb people. And the smart people, they collect their 6% ETH reflection. So this DNA is going to be helpful for every single token that's in the marketplace. You can better believe when we run an article titled Top 5 ETH Reflection Tokens, those top 5 tokens are, unless someone's shilling out a ton of money, they're going to be marketplace tokens. When we launch an article called Top 3 Mining Related Tokens, the official mining token will always be number 1 there. And then number 2 will be something that mines Bitcoin, and number 3 will be something that mines helium or something else. So they won't necessarily be competing. When you see you're scrolling through Yahoo, I scroll through yahoo.com all the time. I'm reading the news on there. That's where I find a lot of crypto articles, actually. And you scroll through Yahoo and you see the picture and you see where it comes from, Forbes or Bloomberg or Huffington Post or Washington Post or New York Times or any of them. And then occasionally you come across one that says sponsored, and it's got a really cool headline. It's like, sponsored, 3 ways to earn passive income with your Ethereum. And then you're prompted to click on that. So we have all of this at our fingertips for every token that's in the marketplace. On top of, there's an email newsletter that goes out daily. We've got the email newsletter built up to 2,000 right now, 2,000 unique email addresses. Those email addresses have been drawn from a crypto crowd, so we know those people are into crypto specifically. We are growing that list. We've actually met with Zoom Info, who can offer us up to 50,000 additional email addresses. We've met with other IT people who say that they can produce us tens of thousands of additional email addresses. Um, and obviously that's going to be one of the things that we're marketing for across Google News and Facebook is for you to sign up for that regular newsletter, to follow the page, to get the regular updates. It's designed to be sticky. So I'm going to stop talking for just a few minutes. Like I said, this AMA was going to be more listening and less AMA. But that's pretty much what we've got in store. I really want to open to everybody that's on this call. If you spend, a couple hours a day on Telegram, please join our sales team. If you see a token, an NFT project, you see anything launching, and by the way, that's the most recent pin. No, I think someone actually just got it. No, that's one of the pins anyways up there. If you see an NFT project launching, a BNB project launching, an ETH project launching, and you want to reach out to that dev and try to earn $200 to get them listed, we definitely want you on the sales team, and we have no doubts that we can list one new token a day. It's open to the floor. What's up, guys? Prodigy?
Come on, guys. We want to hear from you.
I want to hear from Prodigy right now. What did you think, Prodigy?
Hey, Jeremy.
Yeah, go ahead.
On the what is it? The nextcryptolaunches.com.
Yeah.
When you go to that and you try and subscribe to the calendar of everything that's launching, the subscription to the calendar isn't working. I don't know if that's something on my end or your guys' end, but it says the URL is bad.
All right, so our editor-in-chief
We will
definitely
check that.
figure
Yeah.
that. What's up, Zero X Sniff?
Okay, cool.
Thank you for that.
Thank you for that. Appreciate it, Gladiator.
Like,
Zero X Sniff, if you're just getting on, we recorded this. We're just about at the end. Prod, you want to hear feedback from you? Joey, love to hear feedback from you. Bond, love to hear feedback from you.
Well,
Vivo,
well,
nobody.
my-
If you guys have some feedback, go ahead.
my feedback is there's tons of tokens out there, guys, that are just launching, that there's pre-sales that get announced every day. There's a few projects, out there that you can't guarantee safe. And cause channels actually make it a lot easier for us. There's tons of lists. We literally have a whole list of cause channels that we used for our previous token. Some were efficient, some weren't. But the most I can say about that is there's money to be made right in front of you. If you go into those call channels, dedicate an hour of your day, I can guarantee you more than 10 of those tokens you're able to reach to their devs and get them listed. Or, that's money in your pocket and that's money straight back into the token with a simple, hey, check this out. I think it could benefit your project. And boom, you don't have to be a salesperson to try to pitch them the perfect pitch. That's what a lot of people think when they're thinking about salesperson. Like, oh, I have to come up with a pitch. I have to be professional. No, you're just a regular investor that you're also making a little bit of commission on it. Everybody loves money nowadays. And the fact that it gets paid out in ETH, you're open to invest into any project that you want. And the marketplace has a few projects that everybody loves. A lot of people follow Define as well. That's more projects, more money for you to invest into those projects as well to grow your reflections. That's what it's all about, that passive income. And any way to do it, is the simplest way to do it. It's not gonna hurt to also learn another skill trait in crypto. Anybody can invest, but to add to that skill tree that you have in crypto makes you a more valuable investor to another token. You're like, hey, you know, maybe one day you want to be a mod. Now you could get paid more because you have more skills. That makes you stand out. And this is one of the best ways to start. MCU and the merger and everything is one of the best and safest places to start. And I personally believe that this is gonna be my main moneymaker, man. I love getting out there. I love looking at these other projects, and along the way you might not know, like, these projects might end up becoming certified safe for MCU if they have that active revenue case, and stuff like that. if they certify safe, that's gonna go a long way for your other investments in the MCU marketplace as well. That gives more community members another safe token to invest in. I'm thinking down the line, but it's not that far down the line if you ask me. It's a lot of things that this merger can actually bring to the table, not just for the project but also for you. You know, that's just my input on it.
No, I appreciate that, man. I think you hit everything on the head. And, I was kind of thinking of you as I was building these plans because I know that that's, guys, that's when Prodigy says, like, this is a skill to becoming a mod if you want to be a mod on a team. This is actually the skill that he showed to us for free in his free time that got him to be a paid mod on our team. And we appreciate, the effort that he puts in. And that's one of the things. He just reached out to people and gets folks and interested. And, there's additional value to becoming MCU certified safe now as well. So we're going to have additional people wanting to build projects around how do I become MCU certified safe, which is to be active, tangible, and measurable. And that improves the marketplace as a whole. You get a 50% discount on something that you like and is effective and is thousands of dollars. 50% it goes a long way. And so it's just an additional incentive there. I see a bunch of you guys are joining the room, so thank you for joining the next crypto launches sales room. Did anybody else want to speak up with anything? Give a little bit of feedback, ask any questions?
Yeah. Was there going to be any news on the mine token or not?
Yeah, well, for the mine token, I can tell you that we readmitted for CoinGecko, CoinMarketCap, and our Xerion blue tick. We actually expect, based on our conversation with people actually that work for CoinMarketCap. One second. Sorry, my dog's just driving me crazy over here. Based on our conversation with real employees of CoinMarketCap, even with low volume, my guy tells me that we expect to be listed in 3 to 5 business days on CoinGecko, CoinMarketCap, and having our Xerion blue tick, which means also the value will show up in the standard wallets. So that's really exciting. That's going to leverage a whole new area for marketing. I'm working with a guy. I recently got 3 new Telegram groups launched for the official mine token: a Chinese language, a Russian language, and a Ukrainian language Telegram group. We're doing what's called scrapping and DMing across Weibo, which is the Eastern Hemisphere system. I'm seeing a little bit of activity come into those groups. Those actually just got fired up today. So we'll see kind of what happens there. And then also with the official mine token, we will be launching our community commission program tomorrow. I believe my graphic designer will have the graphic ready to go on that. And that's going to be just essentially like a shill commission program. I think it's something that a lot of people have been asking for. So do you have a couple updates on mine? Did you hear the new song that we produced?
I don't think so.
Oh man, you're missing out. So, I wonder if you guys can hear the song when I play it. It's freaking awesome. I love the song. Where is it? Can you guys hear that?
Official mind talking, don't say just talk. Reflections, just candid. Waves, just shout out.
So it goes on like that for a minute and a half, but we got that produced for us. It's pretty freaking cool.
Hey, what about the website? You know how you said like we're gonna redo the website?
Yes. So that was the other in that, and I want to mention one other thing. So our Shiba swap should be done relatively soon. And the website for the official mine token will get revamped within a couple of days of the website completion for the DNA or the MCM relaunch token. So there's just an order process that they're in. As soon as the website for the token connected to DNA is complete, then my official mine token will go through its revamp. After that, MCU token's website will go through a revamp. And then we will begin building the website for the next token that's going to be launching. So that way, when pre-sale opens, that website's ready to go as well. So that's kind of the order of things as far as websites. Also, when the official mine token website revamp is done, we're going to be doing a video review on that. And then same thing for MCU and for this token when this one comes out. So we'll have video reviews on each one.
And
Great.
the Reddit page, how's that coming along?
The what?
The Reddit page?
Oh, so I opened a Reddit control room. I got a couple of people in there. Called it Reddit CMS training. Is this nobody asking the question?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just need to give probably more permission over to you to just open a Reddit page for us. I thought, did you say someone had already opened one or told you that they had already opened one for the official Mind Token?
Yeah, it was I forget because of the names, you know. I
Circuit Breaker, can you look into that for me? Can you take that onto your plate?
somebody. I don't think he's here.
No, is it just Brian?
I got it.
Circuit Breaker, can you take charge and work with nobody and get the official Mind Token Reddit page operating at full speed as best we can, please?
Yep.
Thank you. Thank you, nobody.
Oh yeah. Also, I have one more question. You know how you said that there's gonna be like a Chinese page and
Yeah.
Chinese page, is there gonna be a Japanese page too? Because I talked to a lot of Japanese people that are trying to get into investing, and so something like that would help.
If you can find me a Japanese mod, a mod that speaks Japanese, because each of these have a mod that speaks the language. Find me a mod that speaks Japanese and someone who can do Japanese social media marketing for it, and I'm absolutely down. Like I said, these
don't think
guys
I'm gonna find anybody like that.
Yeah,
I just know a bunch of people that I'm talking to because I'm in this language thing.
Yeah.
To practice to get better at Japanese, and I tell them about investing in crypto, and they're all new to it, but they all want to try it out, and I want to get them into mine. So, but they don't really know English as much.
If you send them my way, I can use the Google Translate to chat with them on here. But I'm happy to teach anybody anything that they need to know. But the key behind it is that if we're going to open another language room, I have to have a mod that can speak the language, so that way we're not having to translate everything 1,000 miles an hour, and I have to have a way to be able to market to that community. So the people that reached out to me, they have a Weibo campaign that they run, and then they have a Russian and Ukrainian speaking mod, and then they had a Chinese mod that they just referred me to.
That guy from yesterday, that was the Chinese mod, right?
What guy from yesterday?
I think it was yesterday. Yeah, he said that he was looking to talk to the developer about a Chinese.
Oh, no, that's a different guy.
Oh, it's a different guy.
Yeah, that's a sir. Can I give you my proposal, sir?
Oh,
okay. I sent him my Chinese room. He's like, I can help grow your Chinese room. I'm like, oh, if it's $200 or something, I'll give him a shot. But
okay.
Did anyone else have any questions?
I got more of a statement than a question. Just wanted to give the whole team in here a big shout out and a thank you. I know a lot of people make promises. Crypto space is full of a bunch of deviants that don't actually stand true and stand behind their promises. And everything that you have told the community in the past few months that you are going to do is all coming to fruition. May take a little longer than some people are willing to wait, but you are definitely a man of your word, as well as a team behind you.
I appreciate that, Rob. And guys, that carries a lot of extra weight because Rob is carries a lot of extra weight because Rob's our biggest holder, and he gets no special treatment in pre-sale or anything like that. So he's the biggest holder on his own volition. But appreciate that. The person who wrote our contributor, who wrote the articles on Metaverse, do you feel like coming forward and talking about kind of your experience working with the editor-in-chief and getting on board to write the articles, or do you want to remain anonymous? That's okay. Joey G, I had you in mind on next crypto launches as well, as far as top sales guy. And I sent you guys, we have a list of 75 calls channels across Telegram. I sent Joey that whole list. Opinions, Joey? Any? Joey must not be around too. That's cool. All right, guys. Well, I'll give everybody a minute here to unmute. Ask any other questions you have about any of the projects, MCU, MCM. Joey says he can't talk. So the question from Vivo Wolf, it says, I don't hold any MCM. Is there going to be a pre-sale before relaunch? No, if you own the token, then you're involved in pre-sale. So there's not going to be any additional pre-sale. There's not going to be any additional liquidity raising or anything like that. And you can hear my wiener dog going nuts in the background. But if you hold MCM, you will get an airdrop of the next token in the same value. Joey, I'm sorry you can't talk down there. It says, when relaunch, look at the website. Yeah, the relaunch is posted on nextcryptolaunches.com. So you can see it on there Sunday, April the 9th. So Saturday, April the 9th, a week from this Saturday. Let's see.
So we can expect some big things coming in this month. I mean, in the month of April.
Yeah, month of April is going to be an extremely busy month. So the month of April, we should have the relaunch of MCM, the fork of MCU, and the pre-sale of the fourth token, all happening during the month of April. Depending on how long CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko take for mine, both of those could happen during the month of April. We'll have the applications on file ready to go for the MCU relaunch, fork, as well as the MCM relaunch. Those applications are ready to submit. So hopefully we can get those ones fast tracked and get those listed up. One of our admins is working on a scrapping bot. Do you guys know what a scrapping bot is? Welcome in, Bro Trader. So scrapping bot, because no one responded. Scrapping bot basically can scan other groups and find the active members and then invite them into your group. And so we should be able to basically auto invite people into our various Telegram groups and be able to welcome them in. And I've spoken with other tokens who have used this technique, and they said it does lead to buys. And so that's something that we've got going on in the background as well. I don't typically like to talk about stuff that's not fully complete or ready to go. But that one's pretty far away under process, so I don't mind sharing that. I'm always looking for connections, you guys, to podcast, YouTube interviews, group interviews, closed AMAs, open AMAs. I don't like doing paid AMAs. Would be about the only one where I would draw the line. If you guys have any connections, suggestions, I'm happy to reach out. I'm happy to make myself available. But without any other questions, let's go ahead and wrap this up. This is recorded. We'll get it posted. Thank you guys for joining. We appreciate it. Have a great night. Yep.
I actually had one last question.
Go for it.
About the marketing. Did we find anybody yet for like YouTube or like anybody to like make videos on YouTube or like get somebody on there?
Well, I'm going to be making the videos for like the project review videos for YouTube, but I haven't found any effective person to drive real traffic or that has real traffic that will host us. I've done an Alexandros video. Alexandros has like 250,000 subscribers, and our video showed like 100,000 views, and it was literally entirely bots. I did 2 videos with Daryl Boo, who's much smaller and a little more organic, and I loved working with Daryl, but I got no buys out of it. And I did 2 videos with him, and then there are other places out there like Up Next Crypto who will DM you, and then that's just like a scam entirely. So you got your low key scam, and then you got your just right up in your face scam. But yeah, I haven't found anything effective. Now I've messaged the people that have been referred to me, that people in our community have watched, and they just don't message me back. I've sent them emails, messages, comments, things like that. Yeah, but I'm not afraid to reach out. Nobody, you always ask really great questions. I appreciate you.
Just trying to make the project grow,
That's right. Everybody have a great night. DM me if you have further questions. Otherwise, I'm going to get up to bath time with my little 10